Yeah, very vibrant, very pretty. Hmm. Even still, this section is not loading for me at all on my real hardware. What is going to happen on the simulated iPhone SE through Chrome on my MacBook? Okay, so that's what's supposed to happen. I am inclined to think that this might actually be some kind of an error I have discovered. But it only happens on real hardware, which is one of the reasons why you always test on real hardware. Not to say that they didn't, I'm sure that they did. I just want to look at it again. Because if it is, I might have a comment on that. Having built very similar animations upon a scroll trigger in the past, I might have a best practice comment depending on how they're going about this. Yeah, so I guess what I'll say there, because I guess for context, what is supposed to happen, and it'll be apparent on this section on the MacBook version, is that there is I imagine some kind of a scroll trigger, like a point on the screen that JavaScript detects will pass by a certain element, and when it does so, the element shows up. The issue is, though, is that in this situation, that never happens. I don't know what kind of a bug exactly is causing that. But as a general best practice, and a lot of animation libraries work this way, is that instead of having the element not exist up front and then show up, the way it'll work is that the element exists up front anyway and checks for a few things to be true. That JavaScript is enabled, that the scroll trigger is working properly, just to do a few various tests and checks, and then to make the item disappear. So that way, in situations like this, where the scroll trigger appears to simply not be working in this section, the items would still show up. They wouldn't show up as elegantly or as nice, but it would be a form of graceful degradation. I believe the proper term is.